Okay, so I'm in Canvas Workspace for computer, and the reason I'm using the computer-based version is so that I can utilize some of the fonts that I have installed on my. So the first thing I'm going to do is drag on a rectangle. Now I've measured the front of the area of my bag that I made in the last video, the In the Hoop zipper bag, and I know that I've got an area of about 5.5 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches high. So I'm going to bring on a rectangle and make it that size, and this is going to be the guide for the size of my text. So I'm going to come up to the edit box, I'm going to untick maintain aspect ratio, and I'm going to type 5.5 and just say 2.75. So this is going to represent the black front area under the zip of my In the Hoop zipper bag. And this is where I want to put my text for my wonder clips, because as I said in the last video, I'm going to use this little zipper bag to store all my wonder clips. So I'm going to come over to the text icon, select it and left click once on the page to bring up the text box. And I'm going to type wonder and hit enter. And then I'm going to come and try and find a font. Now I have got a font in mind, but I can't remember what it's called. It might have been this Belgium, which I think is a canvas font. So I've got the word wonder. I'm going to right click and duplicate it. Then I'm just going to left click on the copy and change the word to clips. So I've got wonder clips. Just going to bring the word clips up to near the wonder and select both, and I'm going to centralize them horizontally together. And I think that looks okay. So I'm just going to select them both and right click and make them a group. And then I'm just going to bring the words up into my box and then drag out the words. They don't necessarily need to cover the whole area, but I want them fairly big. So let's have a look how big they are. So they're just under 4.5 inches wide and just over 2 inches tall. So that's fine. So I can select the box and hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of that now. They automatically are assigned as a cut line in Canvas Workspace for computer, so that's fine. But because I'm going to cut this in heat transfer vinyl and it's words, I need to flip it. So with it selected, I'm going to come over here to flip horizontally so it's backwards. And then I'm just going to position it just in the top corner of my mat. It doesn't really matter where it is, but so I've got my words, wonder clips, and they're reversed. I'm going to come to the top of the page and choose File, Export, and I'm going to send this wirelessly over to my ScanNCut machine. So I'm going to use Transfer FCM file via the internet. That's told me it's done, so I can say OK. So now I'm just going to go over to the ScanNCut machine, retrieve the file, cut the design and apply it to the front of my In the Hoop zipper bag. So stick with me and we'll move over to the ScanNCut machine. Okay, so I've literally just recorded this whole section of the video and realised I've not pressed start on the record. So I'm going to have to walk you through it again. So I've got the ScanNCut machine turned on. I'm going to go to retrieved data. I'm going to go from canvas, which is the top right hand corner icon. And there are my words I've just sent over via Wi-Fi. So I can see the backwards on the screen. I'm not going to save the design because I just want to cut it and that's it. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to select cut. And then before I go any further, I'm going to go into the wrench and I'm going to scroll down and find half cut. Now mine is already on because, as I say, I've just actually made this cutting file and cut it and pressed it onto my In the Hoop bag and then realised I wasn't filming. So that's why it's already on, but normally it would be off by default and you just turn it on because you only want to cut through the back layer of the vinyl, not through the clear front section. So I'm going to say OK. Now I know I've got half cut on. I've got my standard mat. I've got my gold piece of heat transfer vinyl with the shiny side down, so the right side down. So this is the back of the heat transfer vinyl that I'm looking at, the dull side, okay? and I'm just going to put that on my mat. Now I'm going to load the mat back into the ScanNCut machine. I'm just going to put my vinyl blade into the machine. So I'm going to take my regular blade out. I've got my blue top vinyl blade. The vinyl blade definitely does help with cutting vinyl, but if you've only got the standard blade, you can use it. But just be mindful that when you're cutting all different types of media with the same blade, you know, it will dull your blade. So I've got the vinyl blade, I've got the heat transfer vinyl shiny side down on the mat, and I've got half cut set in the settings. I'm on cut. I'm going to say start. Okay, so that's finished. So I'm going to unload the mat. I'm just going to peel this off the mat. Now I can see where the words are on this heat transfer vinyl, so I'm just going to cut around it, because obviously I can use, you know, all this again. You can see how shiny that is. Now, what you would normally do, I'm not going to do this because I've already cut this and actually applied it to my project. I don't actually need this. So if you live in the UK and you sew and you want to follow this project, I'm going to give this away. So I'm not going to weed it. You can weed it yourself, but I'll just talk you through the process. So all you have to do is leave a comment directly underneath this video and tell me if you sew and if you will use this project, okay? And then I'll leave it open for a couple of weeks and I'll pick a name at random. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to my blog, because I'll post the name once I've drawn it on my blog, and you will have to contact me and give me your address for me to send you this in the post. But basically what you do, the wrong side is the dull side, so that's the side we cut into, and you will be able to see the words. You won't be able to see it probably on camera, but they are there. I can see the words. And basically what you would do, you need to get something sharp and you pick up a corner and it will start to peel away, just like you do with any other vinyl. And you'll peel it away and it will leave the words behind. As I say, I don't want to peel it away because I will give this away. I'll gift it to somebody, so I'll just put that on one side. So what I'll do, I'll bring this back in now, my project. So basically when you've peeled away that dull side, you'll be left with your clear, you know, topping, which is like your transfer tape, and you'll be able to see your words. You'll apply it to your project, cover it with a cloth or a silicone mat or a Teflon sheet, whatever you've got. And then this heat transfer vinyl is from GM Crafts, and it says that you need to use 320 degrees for 15 seconds. So basically that's what I did. I covered it with this. I brought my Cricut Easy Press, which I've already set to 320 Fahrenheit and 15 seconds. I applied medium pressure, set it to start, and waited till the 15 seconds were up, okay? And that's when I realised I'd not hit record. So that's where we've got to now. So you have to let it cool. So obviously it's cooled now because I've had to re-record this section of the video. So now when I go and grab a corner, this should peel away nice and easily, and it should leave the words behind. Okay, so this is now waste. So that's on there now. So basically what I'm going to do, because my Easy Press is still on, I'm just going to put my little silicone sheet back over it, and I'm just going to press start and apply some light pressure and just give it maybe another few seconds. And that's it, that's the project done. So I'm just going to turn off my Easy Press. I'll try and zoom in the hope that you can see this a bit better. So there's my project. So all I need to do now is get some Wonder Clips. And if you don't know what Wonder Clips are, they're these. They're made by Clover, and they're just a bit like a paper a bulldog clip, but they're plastic and they've got a piece of metal in them, and they're for fabric, and they what you use instead of using pins if you don't like using pins. So I'm just going to grab some of these for now. I've got some more somewhere, but I'll just put those in for now. And that's what I'm going to keep my wonder clips in. And look how sparkly that heat transfer vinyl is. It's lovely. And that's on there. It's not going anywhere. The corners are not going to peel up because the Cricut Easy Press gets really nice and hot, and it's brilliant for projects like this. So that's this week's and last week's projects. So the actual bag itself is a free file from Creative Kiwi. It's in the hoop lace zipper bag, but I made the project in last week's video without using a lace zipper. I showed you how to make it just using a regular zipper. And then this week's project is how I worked out how to make the size of the words to go on the front of it. So I hope you like that video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you don't already do so. I am trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. I don't know if it'll happen, but YouTube tell me that quite a large percentage of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. It really doesn't cost you anything. You don't get mithered. Nobody, bombards you with emails or anything like that. By subscribing, it just lets YouTube know that the channel is interesting and, it's something that people want to watch, and it helps me get my videos pushed out to more people, and then more people that are looking for sewing projects or ScanNCut projects will hopefully find the channel. So that's basically, all subscribing means. So please subscribe. As I say, I hope you liked this 2-part video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you make it and you post a picture of it anywhere on social media, tag me at AppleLover53, or if you're a member of my forum, go and post it in the Your Projects section of my forum, which is on my applelover53.co.uk website. So if you didn't see how to make the in the hoop zipper bag, go and find last week's video, and that shows you how I made the project from start to finish. So I'll see you in the next video.